Hands behind your back.
You do it. He got me!
You will not get up without our permission.
Man, I got
Sit the down.
I didn't understand why he pulled the taser. I didn't have any weapons in my hands. There's 2 children in the car.
You're gonna be tasered. Head out. Out. Out.
Remember Melvindale Lieutenant Matthew Taser Everything That Moves Furman? Yeah, the guy from one of my previous videos. Well, buckle up, because the judge just dropped the next chapter, and it's not looking good for Officer Shock and Awe. In part 1, we broke down Furman's violent spree. The repeated tasers, the kicks, dragging people out of cars, even a traffic stop meltdown that made 0 sense. And you all had a lot to say about it. Well, now, a judge has reviewed all 3 cases. 3 different victims, 3 different incidents. And the ruling was simple. Every single case is officially bound over for trial, meaning the evidence wasn't just questionable. It was solid enough for the court to say, yep, this deserves a jury. And prosecutors didn't hold back. They told the court this wasn't policing. This was a lieutenant who acted like he could do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted, to whoever he wanted.
A Dearborn judge ruled today that the criminal case against a controversial Melvindale police lieutenant will go to trial, and the charges carry the possibility of years in prison.
Matthew Furman is accused of misconduct in office, felonious assault, and battery over conduct that spanned years. Now, this was all brought to light by reporting from the 7 investigators.
7 investigator Ross Jones was in the courtroom today and has the very latest.
And what was going through your mind when you were initially tased?
I don't want to die.
Case 1, a minor traffic violation. That's it. Not a robbery, not a weapon, not a threat, a damn traffic violation. And somehow, Furman still manages to turn the tiniest stop into a full-blown assault showcase. Instead of acting like a trained officer, he repeatedly tasered the driver. And then, after the man was already cuffed, Furman grabs him by the hair and snaps his head backward like he's auditioning for some back-alley WWE knockoff. A minor traffic issue. And Furman acted like he was raiding a cartel compound. This isn't policing. This is a lieutenant completely drunk on authority, and everyone around him just let it happen.
A controversial Melvindale police lieutenant heard testimony today from drivers he's tased and officers he's worked alongside, part of a series of criminal cases brought by Wayne County's prosecutor.
What we see is not a police officer acting under the color of law or acting in accordance with his duties, but acting as someone who willingly thinks that they can do whatever they want on any given traffic stop to whomever they want.
The charges stem from 3 separate police stops that the 7 investigators first revealed. The first involved Dracar Williams, a man Furman stopped for driving around traffic barricades. Williams' license was suspended and his vehicle was not insured.
I said hands on the roof! Stop or you will get tasered!
Furman would repeatedly tase him.
Hands behind your back.
You do it. He got me!
Do you know how many times he drive stunned Mr. Williams, or the driver?
Several times, but I don't know exactly how many times.
Testifying for the prosecution today was Furman's fellow officer, Lieutenant Humayun Rahman, who responded to the scene that day. After Williams was handcuffed, Furman was seen arguing with him again, and when he stood up, Furman did this.
You will not get up without our permission.
Man, I got
Sit the down.
What's the reason that you didn't pull Mr. Williams' hair?
I didn't find there was any need for it.
Case 2, a mom doing a school drop-off. Not fleeing, not threatening, just trying to get her kid to class. Her insurance had lapsed. That's it. And Furman treats it like she's on America's Most Wanted. He starts yanking her out of the car, and when that doesn't feed his ego enough, he hits her with a taser. In a school zone, with kids watching. A simple lapse in insurance somehow turned into a public electricity show, courtesy of a lieutenant who clearly thinks every situation needs violence. This isn't safety. This is a cop looking for someone to dominate, and he didn't care that children were right there witnessing it.
Also testifying today, Alicia Cook, who was sitting in a parked car last year waiting to drop off her 11-year-old at cheerleading practice when Furman noticed her vehicle's insurance had lapsed. Cook said she was frightened by Furman's combative attitude, refusing his commands to get out of the vehicle.
I didn't understand why he pulled the taser. I didn't have any weapons in my hands. There's two children in the car.
You're gonna be tasered! Help out! Out! Out!
You understood that he told you to turn your car off, correct?
Right.
And he did it, I believe, 3 times, correct?
Yes.
And all 3 times you refused to comply, correct? Said yes?
Yes.
Also taking the stand today was Furman's former deputy chief, Nick Martinez. He admitted that the department didn't investigate all of the cases Furman is now charged over, but that he looked into at least one of them, the tasing of Drakkar Williams.
I found there was policy violations in that case, and I turned it over to the chief.
But Martinez, who has since left the department, said he didn't remember what the violations were. And Furman's attorney argued that's because his conduct was justified.
Now, Judge, you may sit there and say, I don't like how Lieutenant Furman talks. Hell, you may say he's a real You may say that, and I understand that, but that doesn't make it criminal. That doesn't get us probable cause in this case.
Well, ultimately, Judge Sam Salome disagreed, binding over those 2 cases to circuit court, along with a 3rd case involving a man who led police on a lengthy high-speed chase. Prosecutors say Furman stomped on his leg 15 times while he was being placed in handcuffs.
When a regular patrol cop abuses power, it's already unacceptable. But when a lieutenant, the guy who's supposed to set the standard, is out here acting like a one-man wrecking crew, that's not a bad apple. That's a system failure. A leadership failure, a culture that rewards violence instead of stopping it. And now the fallout begins. Furman is heading to trial on felonious assault, misconduct in office, assault and battery, and illegal taser use. If a jury sees what we've seen, he's not just losing a badge, he's losing freedom. Subscribe so you don't miss the trial breakdown when this whole thing finally hits a courtroom.